All right, third time I'm trying to record this video and I keep getting interrupted. But welcome to Holy Perspective. My name's Kevin. Here's where we take a biblical approach to day trading, and really we help young adults take more decisive steps towards their future and unlocking their potential with day trading and outside of it. Today we have a banger trade to go over. I took a 10 a.m. continuation model. You guys know the 10 a.m. Macro is so great. There's a lot of volume, and I love taking trades between 9:50 and 10:10 in the morning. I would say that's one of my most consistent trades that's made me profitable in the last 2 months. And this is one of my biggest trades in the last month. So we'll jump right in it. And if you guys ever want to follow my trade recaps, trade alerts, and just learn with me, you can click the link in the description or the pinned comment to join the Discord. But anyway, let's jump right in. Here we are in the NQ. Today is Tuesday, or Thursday rather, January 26th. And we're going to go up or back if I can find out how to, some of the dudes are so good with trading view, and it just takes me forever to figure out how to do stuff. But here we go. We're going to go back on the replay all the way to 9 a.m. The 9 a.m. candle. Okay, so this is the 9 to 10 a.m. candle. We can see we displaced tremendously. We took out the London lows here, and or the pre-market 3 a.m. lows, I guess you could say, because London lows are down here. But we've displaced tremendously all the way down here. Whoa, why is it doing that? Okay, all the way down. And we're closing below the previous hourly lows. In fact, we're closing below all these lows. Whenever you see NQ closing below a previous resistance level, like you can see here, we were rejecting off of this level, and this fair value gap right here, we completely inversed this 1 hour fair value gap. Okay, so if I draw it out for you guys, boom, here's a bullish fair value gap. We've completely inversed it, right? Where do I go to my templates? Boom, boom. All right, so we've got an inversion here. So this tells me we're super bearish. And typically what you guys will see is with the 10 a.m. open and the 10 a.m. macro, the trend will continue in that direction for at least the first 15 to 20 minutes, and then it may reverse. I don't really care what it does after that, but I know that it gives really good entries to scalp the most recent low or high. So here we are. We're actually tapping into a fair value gap here, but I'm not concerned about that, and I'll tell you guys why in a second. So I'm going to mark out these lows. And that being said, let's jump right back into the 1 minute. All right, so here we go. Finally got to where I needed to be. So we see this low created at 9:50 in the morning, and then we see a displacement off of this fair value gap. Now, I'm looking at this range that goes from 9:30 all the way down to the 9:50 lows as we tap that fair value gap. I take my fib retracement tool if I can find it. Here it is, fib retracement. So I'm going to mark out the most recent swing high and swing low. Okay, and I'll move that fib over here. So I know that price likes to hit the 40 to 50% range and then reverse, especially around this macro, right? So I'm waiting to see that this fair value gap here gets tapped into and see if we get a displacement off of it. So I'm just waiting. Right now it's 9:51, but we're really close to that 10 a.m. open. We go up, and then we go up again. It's 9:53. We haven't really tapped into the range of interest for me. All right. So now it's 9:54. We've tapped into this fair value gap here. As you guys can see, boom. I'm going to disable this fair value gap other indicator because there's too much going on. All right, so we tap into this fair value gap. Now what happens? Again, I know that at 10 or when it gets close to 10, we're going to get a lot of volume. So if we go back to the hourly here, we see that this candle, again, it's still bearish. We're significantly close to the down wick. So this is still a safe trade to take for me. Going back to the 1 minute, here we go. We're tapping into the 40% of the range according to this fib. And so at this point, I'm looking for an entry because there's a huge probability that we're going to displace lower and take out these lows down here. Okay. So here's what I do. I did get in around, let's see, I put in a note, 25616. So the level is not significant, but the reaction is. Now I entered market off of this. There's no way for me to enter market since we're in replay mode, so we don't get the fluctuation of the candles. But basically my idea was if we be close below, or we're displacing below this previous candle's low, then after tapping this fair value gap, then we're going to get a momentum shift and take out the low, the hourly low. So I placed my sell order, or rather I marketed in, and you're going to see a big displacement on the next candle. Boom. Huge displacement, right? So at this point, we're closed below the low of the previous candle, below multiple lows. We're tapping into a fair value gap. We're disrespecting it. At this point, I'm going to place my stop loss 50 points away, and I'm going to target the lows of the hour right here. Now, mind you, at this time, there was news that we're about to drop. But typically you will see with news, you will get some momentum and it'll wick in both directions. So I'm not really afraid of the news drop. In fact, the news actually will help me hit my draw. So we go forward, boom, next candle, we go lower, we kind of stutter for a little bit, and 9:59. Now watch this. So this is 9:59. We're kind of stuttering a little bit, but look at 10 a.m. Boom. 10 a.m. open, we get a big momentum shift. Is this a coincidence? No, this is not a coincidence, right? So that was my trade for 1,200 and change. Actually, it hasn't hit the draw yet. Okay, there it goes. It took me out of the trade. So I made 1,230 across two different accounts. I'll switch over to my lucid trading so you guys can see. We'll blur out the account numbers, obviously for privacy reasons. So here we go. So this is today's P&L. So you can see today we took one trade. Today is the 22nd. The trade hasn't come in, but we took one trade for $1,231. And that's times two accounts. So basically 2.5K. But yeah, awesome trade. You could see the momentum on this trade, man. It basically, I was not even drawdown for a second. I was in profit the whole time. You just love the reaction. You love the emotions behind those trades. But absolutely amazing. That's today's trade recap, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you want to partner with me to trade and learn together, join the Discord. But until next time, it's your boy Kevin. God bless y'all. Stay holy. I'll catch you next time. Peace.